All right, welcome to the Uroboros. Um, so I would like to start with a few words of gratitude to our sponsor. The festival has been supported using public funds provided by the Abacus Foundation, the Slovak Arts Council, and the City of Prague. I would also like to remind you that you are very welcome to use our Discord channel for discussion. I'm gonna paste the link in a second in the chat right now. We have created it to have discussions that survive this Zoom, also for the after party, which surely will be epic. And because the Discord channel can be seen by people watching from the YouTube stream. So, but also, of course, you feel free to use the Zoom chat. The event is part of the track of Sense, the track with works that untake things for granted and in a very Uroborian fashion, questions the sense of essence and the essence of sense. Now, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce you to the International Dog Internet Research Institute. A pack of human researchers unafraid of asking hard, even fierce questions about dog technology. Questions that scare tech pitbulls from Silicon Valley. Questions such as, what is the dog internet? Who or what is the server or the client in its protocols? What is the data exchange and how does it become insight? And of course, the most pressing question, what do dogs know? The International Dog Internet Research Institute are Ben Kierman, Senior Lecturer in Interactive Media based in York, UK, Connor Linehan, Senior Lecturer in Applied Psychology based in Cork, in Ireland, of course, and Sean Lawson, Professor of Social Computing at Northumbria University in Newcastle, in the UK. The International Dog Internet Research Institute are adamant in their resolve to explore and understand the furry challenges of doggy design. And that's why we gather here today, also in an Uroborian fashion, together in a quiz designed specifically and carefully for dogs, but with no dogs present, because no dog is present, right? Right. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Ben, Connor, and Sean. Whoop, whoop. All right.
Hey. Thanks, Enrique. Are you trying to talk, Sean? We can't hear you.
Good, that started well. Thanks, Enrique, for the introduction. So we won't dwell too much on our introduction, except to say that, yeah, we're here to talk about the dog internet this evening, and to try and work out what it is, basically. So we've spent a lot of our time over the last 10 years, Ben, Connor and myself, thinking about these hard questions at great risk to our scientific credibility, occasionally publishing, at least on the surface of things, papers that seem to have some serious kind of scientific content, such as these ones here. So we spent a lot of time thinking about this. So this is the latest activity that we're engaged in to try and work out what the dog internet is, what dogs do on it, what does it look like, and why aren't we invited, to take part in it? So as it says here, a pub quiz seems unlikely, really, to give much insight into this, but we've tried everything else, so we're going to give it a go this evening. So thank you for joining us tonight and helping us out with these questions. So this is a pub quiz. So this is the kind of atmosphere we're trying to get going here over the next hour or so. I've done no need to read this text here. I've only kept this text on here just to annoy Connor. This is straight from the Wikipedia page on pub quizzes here. about how they're running Ireland. So no need to dwell on that, apart from to remind everybody that obviously it's a pub quiz, so we should be drinking. We should have snacks, and between rounds, make sure you're well supplied with both of those things. So instructions. We're going to assign you to a team in the background. So based on everyone's handles in the Zoom meeting, but we also want you to download a scorecard each as an individual. So you'll be in teams, but you're going to play individually during the normal rounds. And when we start each round, we'll post a link to the chat, which is a link to a Google form. And we want you to write your answers in that Google form. And at the end of each round, we'll give you the answers and we want you to score yourselves. Then as we try and go through, we'll try and kind of do a running total of the scores. And at the end, we're going to obviously announce the winners like in any normal pub quiz. So we've got a series of rounds and we're going to try and stick to these times, 10 minutes each. 7 different rounds, dog internet or dog into knots, history picture round, typical kind of things you're going to get in a pub quiz. Music round, the next one. We'll then take a break and we want you to get together in the teams that we're going to assign you in to do a drawing activity. And then we'll come back and we'll share those after the break. Then after that, we've got 3 more rounds. We're going to like browsing history, which is the olfaction round, so smells. A quick fire true or false round. And finally, the movie quiz round at the end. And at the end, after all that, we'll add up all the scores using our clever supercomputer, and we'll let you know the winners and well, winners. We're all winners. So without further ado, I think we're going to go straight into the first round, unless I've missed anything out, Ben or Connor.
Well, we need teams first.
Ah, okay.
So, Ben, have you assigned people to teams or?
Yep, I have. Yeah, so we've named our team names after famous dogs that we could think of, and so the first team is Team Leica, so named after the first space dog. So that's gonna. So this is just including the people on Zoom here, but because they'll be in the breakout rooms. But if you're following along on YouTube or you're on Discord, it is also fine to be able to fill out the answers and participate that way. But for those of you in the Zoom, we've got the team Leica. Will include David Green, Fiona, Marketa, and Mikhail. We've kind of run out. We can only think of one famous dog, so we've got fictional dogs. So we've got Lassie, the last team Lassie, which is going to be Chloe, Lenka, and Chewy, and Polynesia. Sorry about pronunciation. And then finally, well, we ran out of fictional dogs we could think of as well. So we've come up with Pavlov's dog. We weren't sure if it was like a Frankenstein situation where like Pavlov was the person or the dog. But yeah, so we'll go with Pavlov's dog team, which is everybody else in the call. So that's going to be Munir, Raphael, and Marketa Skalkova as well. I realise some people are probably the Uroboros organisers, but you can participate too.
Okay.
Great. Okay, so will we move on to the first round? So I hope everybody's got your pens and paper at the ready, and there's going to be some difficult questions coming up.
I'll organise. What I'm going to share in the chat is a link to a Google form that everybody can use to fill out the answers individually. Since we know which group you're in, you can just put your name, and then we'll plug it into the supercomputer, which will figure out which team you belong to and add total the team scores. So there's no there's no colluding between your team members. Just put in your own answers as best as you can, and and then we'll feed them all into the machine. So I'll share the link on Zoom, and it'll be copied onto YouTube. So I'll just do that while Connor gets ready. Go ahead, Connor.
Great. Okay. And this round is called Dog Internet or Dog Internat. Oh, actually, hang on, that's the wrong one. Go away.
In the meantime,
yeah. Okay. Sorry, my laptop screen is quite small. Right. Is that? Can you see Dog internet or dog internet? Yeah, okay. So relatively straightforward as a round. So we thought we'd start off with a relatively easy one. So the challenge here is we're going to show you examples of pieces of technology, right? And you got to decide whether they are dog internet, which confusingly means that it's real. So that's a real thing that you can actually go and buy or download or subscribe to, or dog internet, which means it's not it's like, you know, a mere fantasy that somebody has just created. So dog internet, real thing, yeah, that we can go and download. Dog internet, dog internet, not a real thing. So that's what you're going to be filling in on your Google form, right? So I want just answers. You know, there's 7 questions in this round, so you should have dog internet or dog internet for each of those 7 answers. Okay, here we go. First one. This is called FitBark. So this is an example of a dog monitoring technology. FitBark monitors your dog's everyday activity and sleep and turns that data into deep, actionable insights. It uses GPS and accelerometers in a monitor that you can kind of see there. It goes onto a collar, and it's hooked into an app, and you can see here a vet kind of showing the graph of their daily activity to the dog, as you do. So that's number 1, dog internet or dog internet. Okay, so we'll move on to number 2. So this is all this round is. It's just you're deciding one or the other. Okay, so here's our second technology, and this is called the Clever Pet Hub. So this is a doggy gaming console, right? So you can kind of see there in the video, it's a screenshot from a video of a dog using the gaming hub there. So it's the world's first games console for dogs. The games, designed by animal-loving cognitive scientists, keep your dog busy and out of trouble for hours. So and again, it's not a game, it's a gaming console. Very important distinction there. So do we think that's dog internet or dog internet? Is that enough time for you to kind of write dog internet or dog internet in the... Yeah, it's probably fine. Okay, number 3. Hang on, let's take a little drink. Emoti dog. This is another wearable sensor, and this is for dog emotional insights. So it's an augmented dog collar that is filled with sensors that monitor the psychophysiology of the host animal. A clever algorithm is able to determine your dog's emotional state, which is shown using an emote icon on the small screen attached to the collar. So you can kind of barely make it out there. So it's a wearable on the collar, monitors the dog physiology, and it gives you an output that kind of gives you a rough approximation of the emotional state of the dog. So what do we think? Dog internet or dog internet? That's number 3. Okay, so we move on. Here we are. This is dog TV. So this is it's not just a TV channel, it's like a whole technology platform. Dog TV is the only technology created for dogs with sights and sounds scientifically designed to enrich their environment. So Dog TV has 4 patents for the technology used to create the programming that your dog sees. And sorry, I don't have the video, it's only a screenshot there, but there's all sorts of shows for dogs, including my favorite one, The Doggy Chef, which I presume is a dog cooking. So I don't know. Okay, so dog internet or dog internet? That's number 4. I'm sorry. Number 5. this is a application called Love Lost from Petco, and it basically works as a way of reuniting people with lost dogs. So the idea is you take a picture of your dog and upload it to their database, which then uses clever AI face recognition algorithms. And if your dog goes missing, you can then upload a picture of the missing dogs and it will match them. And the idea is it can get owners to the people who have, people who've lost a dog, link them to people who have found a dog. So yeah, clever AI face recognition algorithms involved there. That's number 5, dog internet or dog internet. Okay. So from the Public Fund Agency, this is sniffer dog, sorry, I can't really see the thing. Sniffer dog authentication. And having undergone, so the way this works is there's dogs in the ATM that recognize, they can tell different people apart, and you know, they recognize the correct person and therefore allow money to be transferred or things like that. So having undergone rigorous training, the dogs possess highly accurate olfactory recognition abilities, which are put to use in licensing offices, healthcare facilities, and in ATMs, as we see here. So you can kind of see on the left here, what, you know, the hardware that's actually attached to the dog in this particular instance. Okay, so question number 6, dog internet or dog internet? Last up, no more woof. So you can see here it being discussed on NBC 15 in America. No More Woof is an EEG headset that translates dog thoughts into English. So it aims to be the first device to translate animal thoughts into English using EEG brainwave measuring technology, which is well established for humans. So the creator said that the engineering challenges to build this device is really not that complicated. And the signals are easy to identify because dogs' brains aren't very complex. Unfortunately, it's only available in English at the moment. So, but they hope to add additional languages down the road. So that's No More Woof, a wearable EEG monitor for dogs that translates their thoughts to English. Okay. So that's the final question in this round. And again, we need you to say dog internet or dog internet for that question. Okay, so we've finished with those questions. Ben, do you want to, have you been looking at the Google spreadsheet? Do we have most of the answers in there?
I have been, it's been chugging along. We've got, 4 sets of responses so far. Oh, it keeps counting up, so seems to be working. That's good.
Okay, and does anybody want me to ask any of those questions again? This typically happens in a pub quiz. Someone shouts out, "Yeah, what was number 4 again?" So if anyone needs us to go back, I'm not looking at the chat here.
Okay, I have to ask just should I type like my name or my group name?
Your own name.
Your name. We know which group you're in.
My dog identity. Yeah. Okay. And second thing is question number 5, please.
Okay. You want question number 5 to be repeated? Oh, hang on.
Sorry.
So question number 5 is a platform that uses face recognition to match pictures of dogs. So the idea is that you take a photo of your own dog and upload it. And then if the dog ever goes missing, somebody who finds the dog can take photo, you know, so like, I think they're working with charities that house lost dogs. And the idea is that they take then photos of the lost dogs and the computer matches the lost dog with the record that they have for a person's dog. So is that okay?
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, Chewy, good question. Is it real if someone published a paper about it That's a question we have often asked in our own research. Good question. Moving swiftly along. Okay, are we ready for the answers, or do you want just another few seconds to fill them in? Should I go ahead? Yeah. What do you think, Ben? Is there some answers in there anyway?
Yeah, I've recorded 11 sets of answers so far. So
okay, we're almost there. Well, because you need to stop writing your answers before I tell you, because that would, not be accurate. Okay, right. We'll go on. So, right. So the first one, do people want to shout? Would that be a fun way of doing this? Say, everyone just shout, yeah, net or not. What do we think? Dog internet or dog internet?
Net.
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 Yeah. So we started with an easy one. This one was actually quite famous. It's quite famous. And personally, I see lots of advertising for it, but I think that's because I've been searching for this stuff. Yeah, interestingly, so they say a lot of things. Okay, so it uses a GPS and an accelerometer to measure the movement of dogs, and then they make a lot of claims about what you can infer from that data. So it is a real thing. There's an interesting question about what are the kind of ground truths for those claims. But anyway, we'll move on from that because it is a commercial company and this is on YouTube. Right. Oh yeah, so this was a bit of a blurb from their advertising. So it's a new way to motivate you and your dog to be active, explain changes in behavior, and make better decisions with your vet about nutrition, mobility, anxiety, skin conditions, and other issues. So a lot of things being inferred there from your GPS data. Okay, so we move on. The doggy gaming console, dog internet or dog internet?
Not.
Not.
Net.
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 This is dog internet. It is a real thing. You can go out and buy this. And they assure you on the website that there are, I think, 16 different games that dogs can play using the Clever Pet Hub. So off you go. Those of you with dogs, and buy yourself a gaming console. Emoti dog. So the dog emotion Tamagotchi thing. Well, dog internet or dog internet?
Net.
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 Not.
Net not.
We're in a lot of dog internets there. This is dog internet. This was actually these images were actually created by Sean and Ben, and in fact, I think they feature Sean's own dogs, if that's correct.
Yeah.
So dog internet. Yeah, and again, so there are sensors, but the idea of inferring emotions from the actual, heart rate data of a dog is not necessarily a scientific thing to do at the moment. So the science of that is less than established. Let's put it that way. Dog TV, providing comfort and entertainment, and with those crucial patents for technology to create dog TV programming. Do we think this is dog internet or dog internet?
Not.
Net.
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 This one is real. This is a real thing. You can go and pay for this and use it as a service. Yeah. So yeah, I hope everyone is starting to understand that the line between things that are completely made up and things that are real is not very clear. No. So the face recognition thing for, hopefully that was on the screen too short for you to see it. Face recognition thing for lost dogs. Do we think that's dog internet, dog internet?
Net.
Net.
Not.
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 Yeah, I mean, it seems like rubbish. It seems fantastical, but it is a real thing. So, whether there is a clever AI algorithm or whether there's just people looking at photos, we don't know, but it is a real thing. The public funded agencies, sniffer dog authentication. Again, keep in mind that some of you have been very wrong already. So do we think this is dog internet or dog internet?
Absolutely not.
Not.
No.
No way.
No, they don't.
Not.
Well,
It will
you'll be very
be.
surprised to know. Well, no, you won't be because it's dog.
Um,
And okay, final one. Oh yeah, and just say that is a design research group who put this together, and the Republic of Privacy, that should say .org. Yeah, it's a really cool website if you want to go and check it out. And final one, obviously I've just realized the numbering on all of these is completely wrong, so forget that. No more woof. Dog. Using EEG to translate dog thoughts into English. Dog internet or dog internet?
Not.
Net.
Net.
Net. Not.
Woof.
Oh, there's a real mix there. I wonder, do people who are saying net, have you seen this? Where the confidence there that you think this is a real thing? Is it because it's on the news?
I think my dog said something about that.
Careful, we might disqualify you for saying something like that, because dogs aren't supposed to be helping you in this quiz. So this, yeah, actually, it's difficult. This one, I say dog internet, but so you can't actually buy it, but a lot of people paid for it because it was one of these Indiegogo schemes where they were crowdfunding, and they crowdfunded a lot of money to make this happen, and they were on news all over the world, but they just kind of didn't do anything with that money, so because it's impossible essentially, the whole, but so so we're kind of coming to the end of this round, and you might be thinking, what was the point of all of that? And hopefully it's kind of clear that the line between things that are real and possible and those that are completely fantasy and scientifically impossible is really difficult to judge for most people, and there's lots of people out there kind of making money off this stuff. So that's the end of that round. Do we have, oh yeah, because I need to do up the running total, so I need to go and look at that. So we'll have to wait a second before I get the total for the groups. Sorry. Yeah, so that there was an IEEE Spectrum article about this, talking about how that gadget, wasn't really wasn't really a thing. Oh yeah, I'll stop sharing my screen. So who's up next?
I think it's me.
Yep.
Okay. Does that work for everybody?
Yep.
Okay, so welcome to round 2. So as in a normal pub quiz, there's often a picture round. So this is the history picture round with a twist. So you see everybody from the first round. We're trying to think hard about what's real, what's not real. So some products that have been designed and some that have been proposed, some of that are proposed as provocations. But for us, we've tried hard, for these past few years to think about, what's the dog internet look like? So this is what this round is all about. But we have to remember that the dog internet is going to look weird because dogs see differently to us. So this is based on proper science. This round as to how dogs actually see stuff. But we've kind of combined that with a conventional history picture round. So the pictures in this round, we want you to name the event from history and the year. So for each picture I'm going to show you, it is through the eyes of a dog though. So it's history through the eyes of a dog. So, but the event is a real event. So we want you to name the event and what's the year. But each picture will be different, to how we would see it, because dogs see stuff differently. So can you name the event and the year? Okay, question 1. Can you name the event and the year? Sorry, I should have reminded everybody to look in the chat, because the link for the answer sheet should be in the chat. Is that right, Ben?
Yep, it's in there.
Okay. So I'll just pause for a second on this one to make sure everyone's got the answer sheet.
And no Googling, but also no consulting with a dog.
Can you name the event and the year through the eyes of the dog? Okay. Question 2. Can you name the fictional event, admittedly, and the year? So bear in mind, dogs tend to see colours different to us, and often they don't have 20/20 vision either. So they tend to see things in blues and greens. So no, blues and yellows, sorry, not greens and reds. And most dog breeds don't have 20/20 vision. Some have better vision than others, but most see things a little bit different to us in terms of things look a bit blurry. So can you name the event and the year? That's question 2. Question 3. It's serious. Now, can you name the event and the year? So as a hint here, these particular riot police in this picture are very fond of tzatziki. Can you name the event and the year? Okay. Finally, in this round, there's only 4 questions in this round. Again, remembering that dogs see things a little bit blurry and in yellows and blues. Can you name the event and the year? Just important to study this picture closely. The event and the year.
Is it fictional?
No, this is a real event. Well, it's real to humans. Okay. So those are the 4 questions. Ben, how are we looking in the answers?
Just looking now. Yeah, they're starting to come in. Does anyone have any ones that they want to see again?
Can't see the chat at the moment. If there's anything in the chat that Ben O'Connor.
And yep, no extra questions at the moment, and we're still getting responses coming in, so we'll just give it a moment.
I can share the score after round 1 if we want to do that while we're waiting.
Yeah.
So now there's 5 people in. How do you pronounce the first one? Vika?
Life of the dog.
Leica. So there is 5 people in that group, so we have to figure some way of normalizing those. But Leica have 19, Lassie 11, and Pavlov's dogs only 10, coming in last place. So, but all to play for yet.
Absolutely. So, should we crack on with the answers?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. So, answers and a bonus question, actually, just to confuse Ben and Connor, who weren't aware I was going to introduce a bonus question into this round. So, we said question 1, can you name the event and the year? So, obviously, this is, well, I say obviously, I would have to look it up myself on Wikipedia's actual year. To the Apollo 11 moon landings on TV in 1969. So blurry television set, can't really see what's going on. All the colours kind of washed out and so on. But to be fair, this is pretty much how dogs see all TV. They don't tend to kind of understand TV in the same way that we do. So, and even though the dog's participating in this shared experience, basically it's like, yeah, and dogs. We also suspect on the dog internet are big fans of conspiracy theories, and tend to kind of wonder about these things and believe in things like the Earth is flat, that kind of thing. So clearly, the moon landings, they're like, well, you know, what is going on here, generally. Okay, but the correct answer was Apollo 11 moon landings in 1969. Question 2. Can you name the fictional event and the year? So when the dogs see things a little bit blurry and washed out colours. So this is clearly the unexplained demise of the dog Pippet in the film Jaws from 1977. This is the last thing that Pippet saw in the film before it was presumably chomped by the shark, which he didn't actually get to see. This is Pippet just before this incident, but on the human internet there are lots of speculation and lots of fan fiction around Pippet or Pippin. You can't actually tell what they call it in the actual film. I'll leave everybody to go in and browse some of those theories about how Pippet actually disappeared during Jaws. But the correct answer, Jaws, 1977. Question 3. Yes, so getting serious now. Name the event and the year. This is quite a difficult one. The use of PowerPoint there is astounding, obviously. The answer is the Athens austerity riots from 2011 through the eyes of Lycanikos, or Luke, translated as sausage in English, the Greek riot dog. So there's a long history of dogs taking part in, protests. And given the choice, all evidence points to the fact that dogs are always on the side of social justice. So Lycanikos here is well known. I think Lycanikos ended up being the runner-up in the Time Person of the Year poll that year. But there's a long history of dogs taking part in protests around the world. So as a bonus question, the bonus question hasn't worked because I've told you the answer before I've posed the question. There's something not quite right with my slide here. Maybe I should have not slipped this in without telling Ben and Connor. So I was going to pose the question of the name of this dog. This dog is El Negro Matapaco, so the Chilean protest dog, who's kind of the daddy figure of all protest dogs. So it's inspiration for lots of street art, not only in Chile now, but around the world. In any kind of international demonstration, as you often see people using the image of El Negro Matapaco as a symbol of protest. So we won't count that as a bonus question, which probably simplifies things for Ben and Connor. Okay, question 4. Again, serious question. Could you name the event and the year? Obviously, this was the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989, as viewed through the eyes of this dog, a giant schnauzer called Hans. But unfortunately, Hans was too busy, as we saw in the picture, sniffing another dog's ass to notice what was going on. But to be fair, dogs aren't really that interested in human history. I think that's the message that we can all take from this round.
I've just been looking at the answers that people actually put in for question 4. No, nobody got that one correct, unfortunately.
Oh, it's a shame. Surprising, but it's tough.
There was a doggy twerk competition, mating season, Brexit. First time I met you, 2019.
Referring to who exactly?
I don't know. Us, maybe, is it? And then the ass of a dog unknown. Yeah, so thanks for that, everyone.
Okay, good. That's the end of round 4. Sorry, not round 4. Round 2, question 4. Thank you.
I'm still adding them up, so. Do you want to move on, Ben? And I'll keep adding up.
So we'll go on to the next round. The next round is the music round. So just give me a minute. I'll just share the answer sheets before I share the screen. And then I'll share my screen with the clues. So this one, yeah, you need to make sure that you've got speakers on. I presume. Like, why would I think you wouldn't? But okay. Here we go. I'll share the screen. So hopefully you can see the slide. Yeah, so in this round, this is another short round. So there's only 4 questions. We have 5 questions, sorry. And we're going to look at some music. So this is another traditional round that you'd often have in a pub quiz, where we play like a snippet of a song, and then you have to name the artist and the title of the song. So we've done the same thing as in the human. What are you eating there, Sean? Is that some meaty bites or something?
Wag barbecue bangers.
Nice. Okay, very good. I was really committed to the part. That's what I really like. Yeah. So in this music round, we're gonna play 5 songs or snippets of songs. What you have to do is you have to write down the artist and the title of the song. They're all dog-related songs. But with a little bit of a twist, because dogs' hearing is different to a human, so we don't know exactly how they experience internet music streaming, for example, on services like Spotify and dogs, etc. So we've tried to sort of imagine that and envisage that through this round. So you have to name the dog-related song. However, I've also altered the songs to make it more appropriate for dog hearing. So dogs can hear at a much higher frequency than us. So all the songs have been sort of shifted in frequency, but also because dog years are 7, like have 7 years in it for every human year, I've also sped up the songs so that they're the same relative amount of time in dog years as they would be in human years. So we'll give it a go. Zoom is kind of tricky with music. Hopefully I don't get you all banned from YouTube as well, but yeah, we'll see. So here's track 1. So I'll play a couple of times, and there's going to be 5. Here we go. So let me know if you can't hear anything. It's always good to start with an easy one. So did everyone hear that okay? So you kind of got the real kind of high-pitched experience that a dog would get. So I'll play another few seconds of it so you can Okay, I presume everybody's got that by now. So we'll move on to track 2. So again, all the songs are dog related that we've chosen. They're all real. I don't know how I've actually done this. Here we go. Again, a little bit harder, but I can see some confused faces. I'm not sure why. But anyway, that was question 2. But when I go through the answers, I've got the kind of the slowed down and downshifted version, so you recognise them all. So track 3. Can you name the title and the artist of this dog-related song? I mean, it's not that dissimilar from music I actually listen to normally, to be honest. We'll go on to
Day as well.
track 4. Okay, and then track 5. So the last question for this round. Okay, that's all 5 tracks. Now, would anyone like to request another track being replayed? And could somebody tell me which track that is, because I can't see the chat?
Yes, please. Could you repeat number 3?
Yep.
Thank you.
I'm kind of hoping we don't get the entire festival banned from YouTube, but maybe one of the advantages of of dog music is that the copyright filters aren't really set up for dog level hearing. Any other questions need repeating? Okay, well, I'll give you a second to submit your responses, and then we'll go through the answers.
Yeah, I just looked and there's only one answer in so far, so people are finding it difficult. I'll just give you the summary of scores after round 2. So Team Leica was 25, Team Lassie 20, Team Pavlov's dog 19. So all very close. Yeah, we've got 8 responses now, so just maybe another 20 seconds. Some of these are correct. Well,
Well done. Okay, it looks like we've got the same number of responses that we usually get in, so I'll start going through the answers. So, number 1 was Atomic Dog, George Clinton. So that was this one. This is what it sounded like. And here's, I've made these clips as short as possible to try and avoid the YouTube copyright. So yeah, well done. That's lots of people celebrating there. So good work if you managed to get that one. Number 2, it had to be in here, right? So Who Let the Dogs Out? And of course, Who Let the Dogs Out?
that was easy. 2 people got that correct.
Yeah, I think maybe did they just answer that for every single answer, presuming that at some point it was going to come up. Number 3, Gin and Juice from Snoop Dogg. So it sounded like this. And of course, the real song. Yeah, so well done if you managed to get that one.
Nobody got that.
Dog Days Are Over, Florence and the Machine. I actually thought this was pretty much the easiest, so I'd be interested to see if anyone got this. You can hear it now, can't you? Yep, quite loud. Okay, and finally, track 5 was, of course, How Much Is That Doggy in the Window? So there's the version by Patti Page. And the actual song.
How much is that doggy in the window? I do.
So well done if you managed to get any of those right, really. But yeah, so obviously the dog's hearing being very different from our own, and the way that they perceive things around them means a very different understanding of music to us. Okay, thanks. So I'll hand over to somebody else.
Yeah, I think we're about to go on our quick beer break. So we're gonna put people into. Sorry, am I actually speaking into? Yeah. So we're gonna put people into breakout rooms for 15 minutes to work on a little group task. So the question is, I can't even remember what the question is, Ben. What is it? It's basically.
Yeah, so basically, based on the first round with the dog internet or dog internet, those are all kind of perceptions. Those are human designs of things that we think would be useful for dogs. But a question for everybody, and this is kind of a creative and open question, is like what? Presuming the dog internet exists, what kind of technology do dogs use on the dog internet? So as a group, we'd like you to come up with an answer for that, and we'll go around the groups after the break. But also use the time just to have a comfort break, get a refreshment of a drink, and then we'll see what you've got in 15 minutes. So everybody in the Zoom call is automatically going to be put into a breakout room, and then we'll bring you all back automatically after 15 minutes. So about a 8:45 in Czech time.
Yeah, and we will ask the groups to kind of present what they came up with as well. So just keep it. So if either have something to talk about or a picture or something, that would be great. Yeah, so 1:45 we'll be back, and we're just putting you into groups right now. So.
And can you repeat just the question? Technology of dog internet?
Yeah, so presume the dog internet exists, what kind of technology do dogs use on the internet that they've designed for themselves? What do they do? Like what do they do on there? Because we don't know. Really, we're trying to get you to answer the questions that we've been trying to figure out, we've been unable to figure out. Cool. So we can start the breakout groups now, please. Yeah, nice. Thank you.
Great.
Whew. So we're a little bit behind time.
Are we? I thought we were really fast. Were we not?
Oh no.
We're still being broadcast here, by the way.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Everything
So-
went very smoothly.
Yeah.
Well, exactly as planned.
Great work.
Thanks. So yeah, we're back in 15 minutes. So yeah, 1:45. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna stop my video and take a quick break as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna share this slide.
All right. Thanks, Enrique.
Hey, thanks to you.
Okay, I think that's everyone back, isn't it? Ben, Sean, you've shed your winter coat. Wait, we can't hear you.
The portable sauna.
Okay, so I suppose, did that work? Were people actually talking to each other? Nobody checked. Let's see what Team Leica got on. So did you nominate a person to report back on what you were talking about?
There was no time. We were super busy creating these new technologies. But I can start, and I please ask Fiona and Pietro to help me because it's heavy. Get ready, yeah, okay. So we started that first thing we developed. We developed this technology called Internet of Poo, because right now everything is connected through our poos, you know. This poo is like able to transmit over like, you know, wires or just two connected poos. It's better signal. We are able to remotely. And we also developed this special butt sniffing technology, which is through the Internet of Poo. We are able to get like these biometrics of different doggies actually. So we use it for like, you know, doggy surveillance actually. So, but what happened that we created this because we needed a lot of poo and we were not able to supply. So we master in a lab to create this artificial poo. And people stole it from us because they saw that we are able to do it. So they decided that they want to do also in lab to create this artificial meat based on veggies, you know, like, so they stole it for us. We call it poo meats. And right now people sell this thing from veggies and call it meat. And that's our idea. Because what happened actually, they somehow mastered this butt sniffing technology and they'll stole some biometrics data from one open doc. So now we are pissed. And we started to creating this poopy weapon, which will be a weapon of mass destruction. We are combining all best technologies we developed so far. So Internet of Poo and this P mastering. And we are getting ready, but we decided that we are not stupid. We don't want to destroy it. So we created this super new technology called Dogecoin. And through Dogecoin, we will rule the world soon. So, Fiona, Petra, what I forgot?
Nothing. I think you were just perfect. You created the whole tale and everything, and I don't have anything to add.
So,
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
so Dogecoin, get ready.
Amazing. Poo meat was my favorite part. Amazing. Yeah, beautiful. Like, I don't know what to say to that. It's very insightful work, and thank you for sharing that. Team Lassie, what did you come up with?
Well, we had, I think I am in Team Lassie, right? We had several ideas and we like started from what the dogs might be doing on internet, from dating and, you know, stuff like that, this obvious kind of stuff. But actually, one of the most interesting ideas, at least from my perspective, was that they might actually create a multi-species social network and perhaps even hire humans to do stuff for them. You know, like classical gig economy. And because, yeah, nice example was mentioned that a dog cannot go to a pub, get a drink, you know, nobody will serve him. But you can hire a human and, you know, get yourself a beer and stuff like that. So Yeah, so maybe the question to humans is, would you work for a dog? And for what? What would you be paid in?
Dogecoin.
Yeah, probably. I see that actually. Now I see the whole conspiracy starting.
Internet of poo, we know it.
So I don't know if the rest of the group wants to add something or mention another idea.
Anything to add to that? I think we've all had bosses.
Sausage.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I think we've all worked for.
Yeah, we just wanted to add that the whole motivation to start the multi-species community really was
Sausage.
It was a sausage mostly.
Squirrel.
And also kill the squirrel. That was also a motivation. And chase the otter. The problem really was that we can't breathe underwater and we can't fly, but the urge to chase the squirrel and chase the otter in the water is important.
These are very like the answers that a dog would come up with. I'm a bit suspicious. Are you sure a dog isn't helping you there?
You can never be sure.
Okay, great. Let's go on to the final group. Pavlov's dog. How did you get on?
Right. So we good evening, everyone. So we have gone down very animalistic road. So we actually came up with 3 different apps. They are all very coherent in their names, as you will see. Also, I think, yeah. So our first app is called Get Bone. You know how dogs like to find bone and then they would dig bone or hide it somewhere. So we thought that there could be a map where a dog would register within its local environment. And then whenever you would go for a walk, dog that meaning, you could have a map and access to all hidden bones in your local area. It's like, idea is like Pokemon and Go, but it's like Bone and Go. So like get bone, and then and depending on what size of bone you find, you would get different. You wouldn't have a point system, but you would have a treat system, because dogs don't care for points. Dogs care for treats. And then our second app, so the first app is Get Bone, second app is Get Boned. So this is like a dating app for dogs, where dogs could choose different criteria for their partners, what is it they like, because let's be honest, dating is tough for humans, it is also tough for dogs, and dogs don't always get to choose who they want to date because they are bound to the walking and social network of their owners. So out of that idea of Get Boned, we thought that there could be a premium membership for dogs for specific type of dogs called dog diggers and bone diggers. And Munir will tell more about that.
Yeah, so the idea is if you are looking for a human or the human owner, so like you can find a special human that will spoil you the most, and they can be your treaty daddy and you can be the treat baby, and yeah, you can have like this intimate relationship with the owner, and you choose it as a dog, not the owner chooses which dog they want. So it's just a small extension to the app.
Yeah, dog empowerment.
Yeah, very, very likely, I would say, possibly what's really happening. Good stuff. And is that all 3 of them, or was that only the second one?
No, that's all 3 of them. The second dog, the bone digger, is a part of premium membership for Get Boned.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, my mistake. That was fantastic. Thanks. I think we've all learned something there about dogs and about you all. But we should probably move on. Who's doing the next round? It's Sean, isn't it? You're doing the smell round.
Yes. Sorry. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, so carrying on with similar themes. So thinking about the dog internet, everything that goes with the conventional human internet. What's that look like on the dog internet? These are questions that have perplexed us for quite some time. So if you take browsing histories, for instance, what we suspect is dog internet browsing histories will be radically different to ours. And given their preference for olfaction, for scent and smells over flat text files, will their histories be recorded as smells? So, given that insightful question, welcome to round 5. What's that smell in your internet browsing history? So, Ben, are we ready with the...
Yep, I've shared the link in the chat, so we can have that ready, filling in as we go.
Okay, so we'll let people admire that animated GIF for a few seconds more. I should point out there are some flashing images actually in some of these slides. So that isn't a joke. That is true. I do have some flashing images on some of these slides. Okay, so before we move on to the questions, though, I realised when we were doing this, we would have to explain some of the science behind olfaction. But then we realised it's very complicated and probably isn't apt subject matter for a pub quiz. So we gave up on explaining that, and instead we've produced some visualizations of scents, of smells, of olfaction, using some material that we've found on the internet. So what I'm going to show you in this round is some visualizations of scents that we think dogs might be particularly interested in and therefore might dominate their browsing histories on the dog internet. So, question 1. Here we have a visualization of a scent. So the question is, can you decipher the specific origins of this smell, which is irresistible to a typical dog internet surfer? So these quite tricky, admittedly. So as a hint, the source of this smell has high concentrations of salt and sauce and a desire for independence. So we can see this visualized on this particular infographic. What is the source of this smell, which is irresistible to dog internet surfers? What is the source of this smell? Hopefully those axes on this graph are helpful in allowing you to figure out what that is. Okay. Question 2. The question 2 is animated visualization of another smell that dogs might be really interested in getting hold of on the dog internet. So it's green, pungent, coming at you, relentlessly. What is this smell that's behind this visualization? What might it be that dogs are really interested in, and that this visualization represents? I can almost feel it like coming at me on a warm summer's day. What is this scent? Okay. Question 3. This is where the warning was on here. What's the smell behind this serious scientific visualization? What's behind this? From a dog's perspective, what is this visualization? What scent is this visualization showing? Okay. Question 4, and the final question in this round. Can you decipher the origin of this smell? So in the dog internet browsing histories that we've managed to locate, this smell dominates your dog internet browsing histories. 99% of all dog internet browsing histories, the source of that is this particular smell. What will it be? Okay, so those are the 4 questions in this round. Does anybody want to see any of those scientifically accurate visualizations of these smells again? Is there anything in the chat, Ben O'Connor, that I need to go back to?
No, there's nothing in the chat there, no.
There's answers coming in, so yeah, keep going.
Okay.
We can take this moment to just update the scores from the teams after round 3. Team Leica, 26 points. Team Lassie, 23 points. And Team Pavlov's dog, 22 points. So Team Leica still winning, but it's very close.
Yeah, as you said, Eric, all still to play for.
All to play for. Yeah. Big prizes on offer.
Interestingly, if you're looking at the answers so far, the answers for question 4 are almost unanimous. They're the same, so quite impressive.
Okay, good.
We'll see if that's right.
All right, so let's move on to the answers. So remember some flashing imagery here. So answers. Can you decipher the specific origin of this smell? This is what we asked. With high concentrations of salt and sauce. The answer, obviously, is a leftover haggis supper from the Gorgie Fish Bar in Edinburgh. So dogs find this kind of content on the dog internet absolutely irresistible, and therefore allude to it, and you find evidence of this this activity in most dog internet browsing histories.
And interestingly, nobody got that right on the Google form, but somebody actually put it into the chat, and it was correct. But there was no correct answer in the form, so
that's impressive.
I changed it in the last second.
Okay, I thought I was giving away too much in the clues, but never mind. Let's move on to tongue animation going on there that I forgot about. This visualization is actually from some science. So I can't remember which American university it is, but this actually is using some kind of spectrogram approach to visualizing actual sense. So there is some science behind this. But when I saw this, it reminded me of this source of a smell. So it's the green pungent stench of a 1970s era lamppost on a warm summer's day. But we will take the smell of dog piss as the correct answer. Okay.
No, nobody got that correct.
There's definitely one who got that
Oh, sorry,
right.
there's one. Yeah, sorry.
Unfortunately, it's not wasps, but that was a very good guess.
The smell of wasps. That was the...
Yeah, the smell of conspiracy theories. Squirrels get a lot of mention in these answers, to be honest, and sausages, but it's neither of those.
Shame. Question 3. What's the smell behind this serious scientific visualization? Of course, it's the smell of a sniffer dog's stash or drugs find, actually. Okay. The psychedelic smell of a drugs find.
Yeah, no, the answers to that one involved poop, other dogs, sausages.
Okay.
One person said acid, so we'll take that as a correct answer.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
We'll take that. finally, question 4. I'm hoping if everyone's got the same answer, it is the correct answer. But let's see. Can you decipher the true origin of this smell? Of course, it's every dog's favorite olfactory experience, the scent of another dog's ass. As we would imagine, this would dominate every dog internet browsing history completely. On that slide, which is my favorite slide I've ever created in my entire career, we'll end that particular round.
Yeah, and people did get that one correct, so that was an excellent clue.
Yeah. Is that what everybody said?
Everyone said it's, for some reason the answer is for this one is in the form of a histogram, but fart, dog poo, fart, and then something about Trump. So yeah.
Very good. Great, thank you.
Great. Okay, I think it's me next, isn't it? Okay, so we've got the quick fire true or false round. So these are very simple true or false questions. Everything is just true or false, and we'll get through it nice and quickly. Okay, so hopefully this works. So again, so Ben, you're sharing the oh yeah, this is just a representation of true and false over there, and then some problems in the middle which we want to talk about. So have you shared that, Ben?
Yep, just shared it.
Great. So all we want is true or false for the answers to this round. So we'll try and go nice and quick through it. Okay. So question number 1, dogs can count to 3. Dogs can count to 3. Obviously, very important whether this is true or not for doggy computing, binary and all of that. Question number 2, Apple launched a new package of internet-based software in 1997 named CyberDog. And that's it there. That's what it looks like in that slide. True or false? Okay. Question number 3. Cyberdogs dream of electric sheep. True or false? Question number 4. Question number 5. Dogs have a keen electromagnetic sense that allows them to poop in their preferred orientation, which is obviously north to south, rather than east to west or any sort of halfway house kind of orientation. So dogs have a keen electromagnetic sense that allows them to poop in their preferred orientation, north to south. True or false? Question number 6. Dogs can hear Bluetooth. Dogs can hear Bluetooth, number 6. True or false? Am I going too fast? Do I need to slow down? No, we're okay. Question number 7. Everyone knows the phrase, on the internet, nobody knows you're a dog. Made famous by, no, I was going to say Lucy Suchman, but that's not true at all. I can't remember. On the dog internet, however, everyone knows whether or not you are a dog. True or false? On the dog internet, everyone knows whether or not you are a dog. True or false? Question number 8. Dogs can hear Wi-Fi. True or false? Question number 9. Dogs can hear a normal FM radio. True or false? True or false? Dogs can hear a normal FM radio. And finally, it is common knowledge that dogs hate postal workers. Dogs also hate email and all other types of asynchronous messaging. True or false? Okay, does anybody want any of those questions repeated? I did go quite fast. It's supposed to be a quick fire round. So does anybody want me to repeat any of those questions?
Number 4, please.
Number 4. Number 4 was
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody? Any other question you want repeated? No. Okay, we'll give you. Are the answers coming in there, Ben?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you can. We have just about all the answers now, so you can carry on.
Great. Okay. Cool. Okay. So the answers. Question number 1: dogs can count to 3. This was true. And there's actually research papers talking about this, that were published by researchers in in the university that myself, Ben, and Sean used to work in, Rebecca West. And yeah, so it turns out they can not only count to 3, but also do addition, simple addition. So obviously, a key skill underlying being able to operate binary, and therefore the dog internet seems more feasible now that we know this fact. Question number 2. Apple launched a new package of internet-based software in 1997 named CyberDog, and it looked like this piece of crap. True or false? What do we think?
True.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah. What were they thinking? True. Question 3. Cyberdogs dream of electric sheep. The answer to that is possibly. It doesn't really make a lot of sense as a question. But we'll just move on past that. I was obviously drinking when I... This question number 4. This was actually a trick question designed to catch anyone who is actually a dog. So we're going to go through the answers to that question with a fine-tooth comb, and we're going to disqualify anyone who has answered that question. Sorry, that was just, when we're constructing these kind of tests, you have to put in checks for whether people are answering honestly or not. So question number 5. Dogs have a keen electromagnetic sense that allows them to poop in their preferred orientation, north to south. True or false? What do we think?
True.
True. True.
There's people shaking their heads there.
No, it's false.
False? False. Okay, we've got a kind of... It's actually true. What? This is... What? This can't be true. I was reading a paper about why dogs kind of often turn around a number of times before kind of doing a poo, and apparently there's some sort of electromagnetic... Seems unlikely, but it is. That's published in Frontiers in Zoology. So go off you go and look it up and decide whether the conclusions really can be justified by the methods. Question number 6. Dogs can hear Bluetooth. Do we think dogs can hear Bluetooth? This picture here is actually a Bluetooth speaker that's in the shape of a dog. So this dog can actually hear Bluetooth, but can dogs hear Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a few yeses. It's actually true. Some Bluetooth devices are within the dog's hearing range to actually hear Bluetooth. Everyone knows the phrase "on the internet, nobody knows you're a dog." On the dog internet, however, everyone knows whether or not you are a dog. We can't know the answer to that question, unfortunately. So we've just put that down as possibly. Moving on. Can dogs hear Wi-Fi?
False.
Do we think? Anybody else? Given that they can hear Bluetooth.
False. No.
I really hope not.
It is false. Yeah, and this was the article that I read. It's hard to say if Wi-Fi has a sound, what it sounds like, or what frequency it might be if you could hear it. So that's definitely false. Dogs can hear a normal radio.
True.
True. It sounds like round number 3, the music round.
Yeah.
It is true. Duh. So this is a check. You know, if anyone got that wrong, we'd have to worry about what we've actually done to you all with this quiz. This is relatively straightforward. Finally, it's common knowledge that dogs hate postal workers. Dogs also hate email and all other types of asynchronous messaging. Again, we can't really understand what dogs like or don't like. So it's not really answerable. That's the end of that round. We're going to tot up the scores to that. And in the meantime, we move on to the final round, which is Ben, isn't it?
Yeah, it's vocab. Dog vocab. This is the last round. This one's team based, so we won't get everyone to do it. But basically, we've talked a lot about the different communication between humans and dogs. But luckily for us, computer science has already solved this problem. Really, there's thousands of apps out there you can get for translating dog language into human language. So I've downloaded a few of them onto my phone here, and that's what this round is about. So what we're going to do is, when we practice this, like everyone said, it was really complicated. So we'll see how you get on. We're going to nominate one person from each team. I'm going to send them a private message on Zoom that gives a title of a film. It's that person's job to bark that title as a clue to everybody else in their team. I'm going to use the app to translate it. Meanwhile, your team members will try and figure out what film you're referring to, and we'll score the points if they get it right. Importantly, for the person giving the clue, you need to remember that you can't just bark the sounds of the film title, because the film title is in English and dogs don't speak English. So you really have to kind of get the essence or the sense and the aesthetics of the film across in your barking, rather than anything else. So for example, if the clue I've given myself was Jaws, I might bark like woof, 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 which is, I'm hungry. So in dog language, which you can see how that translates into the film title Jaws. Okay, is everybody with me? So I'm going to nominate somebody from each team, and we're going to I'll send them a private message. So Sanya, you're next to me on the video, so I'm going to send one to you just through the chat there. And I'll give you a second just to have a think about the answer. So Sanya, I sent you a title. Did you get it? Okay, so have a think about that for a second, and then you can bark the clue to your teammates.
I have to be honest, I don't know the movie, but well, let me see. I need to check the dictionary. One word for dog in Dogish. Let me see. Yeah, I got it. All right then.
Sorry, before Sanya, before you do anything, right? I just want to add the pressure onto you, because I've just added up the scores, and currently Team Leica is on 112, Team Lassie's on 111, and Team Pavlov's dog, of which you're in the team, is on 110. So it's all to play for here.
Yeah, it's pressure is very high.
I know, it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah. You know, actually, silly enough, I was trying to learn more about the movie, but then I thought, what does it matter? Right. Let me see. Do you have any ideas? Okay. Oh, I have an idea. Yes. Give me one ABBA song.
ABBA song.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here it goes. Sorry for my singing because that's gonna involve some singing, and I'm not the best person to sing, but it is a subliminal message, right? So think about the context and then think about what kind of movie it could be. Okay. Ow, 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 ow.
The Sound of Music.
Okay.
No, come on, think what is the song, where it comes from, what's the band?
So I've recorded that and put it through the app that translates dog language, and it says, "Stop,
Yeah.
bad boy. Today is not your day."
Mm.
I don't know if that helps.
No.
Bad Boys?
No.
Bad Boys, Bad Boys. What you gonna do? No?
No, but it's not, it's no. It's a move. No.
Bob the Builder?
No, could anyone recognize what I was, because there was some sort of a song hidden there in the bar. Could anyone recognize the song that was hidden there?
Feel free to do it again, Sanya.
Okay, of course, because that makes so much sense. Okay, here's the clue. Think about the origin of the song and where is the band from. And then when you if you have figured out where's the song from, the country where's the song from, then think what is very particular of that country, right?
Yeah, I might not know the song, so yeah.
Oh, you must, like, seriously, no, the only way you can't know about that song if you have lived under the rock, seriously. Okay, here it goes again.
Running out of time.
Come on, people, give me some.
That's Dancing Queen.
Sorry?
Dancing Queen, so it means Mamma Mia.
Yes, where is ABBA from?
Sweden.
Yes, what is particular of Sweden? The food.
Köttbullar.
Ah, the strawberry
Meatballs.
puree. Bergman.
Yes!
Impressive.
Amazing.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the next clue giver, we'll go for Pietro. I think you're on a different team, aren't you? So.
Oh yeah. Was it only for the people in the team?
Yeah. Well, that's okay. But I'm gonna send you the next clue for the next.
Oh no.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm fucking up the whole game. You're muted, Ben.
Points. Pietro and is. Get it?
Oh yeah. Woof, 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 woof.
Some good work. Well, the app, I'm really doing this, by the way. I'm actually recording your barks and running it through a translator. And apparently in dog, you said, "I beg you, please." So yeah, whether that helps your team, I'm not sure.
Could you repeat it?
Woof, 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 woof. It has an accent, so.
Ah, right.
What we are guessing, like the country dog is from? Or?
It's a film.
The title of the film is what you're finally trying to get.
Ah, okay, yeah, film. Okay, sorry.
How-
I never heard of the movie, by the way. So
You should.
Could you do it one more time, please?
Italian job.
does that sound like Italian to you, Meek? Come on, that's very offensive. It's woof, 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 woof.
It's
French. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Can I give hints? No, I guess not, right?
In barks.
Yeah,
Mm.
in dog
That's a good idea.
Mm.
It's quite hard to speak in dog language, isn't it? Weird.
Okay, Fiona, what we can start like from what French movies we know. Maybe that will just limit our circle.
Does the amount of syllables correspond to the number of words in the title?
No, because it might have a different number of syllables in dog language than it does.
Mm.
You have to really get the essence of what he was communicating through the bark there.
It was like something yearning, like pining after something, sadness, wishing. Les Miserables.
Good guess. The actual answer was Canadian bacon. So, okay, so we've got one final team, and so I'll ask for a volunteer for the final team because of none of you on video. So, like, who's ready to do some barking? And I'll send you a clue. Chewy, you seem like you'd be really capable at it.
Woof.
Oh. Okay, we're going to say I'll send you the clue through.
Through that one.
So here's the final clue, and we'll give you a second to think about it, and then if you could bark your clue, and the rest of the teams can guess.
Woof.
And again, so I can record it.
Woof, woof, woof. Woof, 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 woof.
Nice. Okay. So the app is just thinking, translating. So while your team members can be thinking about that too. The app said, "Come on, give my lovely belly a loving touch." I promise that's exactly what it says. So that's nice. So do any of the team members want to hazard a guess at the name of this film? If not, well, we can move on because we're running late anyway. So the answer to that one was 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. So good clue. Right. So finally, we can add up the scores. So I think Connor's been doing it in the background, and then we can have the final scores to the pub quiz.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. So scores after round 7. Team Leica are on 576 points. So that was I mean, from low to high, I'm announcing them. Team Lassie got 578 points, which is 2 points more. Team Pavlov's dog got an amazing score of a perfectly round 1,000 points. Amazing stuff. Well done, Team Pavlov's dog. Beautiful. So well done, Team Pavlov's dog. You just gloat about that on social media, if you want. Sean, did you have like a wrapping up? Oh, you're on mute there, Sean.
Only kind of. So I've just got a final slide. To thank everybody this evening for joining us. So, you know, obviously, a lot of the content tonight has been a little bit tongue in cheek. We are genuinely the three of us really interested in that question, because as interaction designers, or people interested in human computer interaction design, it is a useful question. We've always found over the last 6, 7, 8 years to pose this question, like, if dogs had the internet, what would it look like? Because as interaction designers, we're always faced with those kinds of questions. Okay, how do you design for this scenario? How do you design for this group of people? What are the problems around this kind of thing? And in parallel with that, the tech industry has kind of railroaded to us as consumers a whole bunch of products designed supposedly to help us understand dogs and to support dogs in their lives and so on. And so when we thought about those things, it's like, well, no, this technology is not designed for dogs. It's designed for humans. And it's designed to somehow supposedly allow us to have a better understanding of dogs. It doesn't do that. It just sells us extra technology that we don't really need. So our arguments around all of this stuff has always been, well, dogs are mysterious, to us. So Donna Haraway has written about this. Dogs have this kind of significant otherness to us. So just reapplying human technology to dogs and expecting this to work is a massive problem, we think. And dogs, our relationships with dogs have been developed through evolution. We've co-evolved together. And so this mysteriousness of dogs is part of the allure to us and part of our relationship with the other species. And it's a unique symbiotic relationship between our two species. So just chucking technology at dogs and expecting dogs to use technology, and chucking the same technology does to expect that technology to allow us to understand dogs better, is so problematic, we think. And this is the kind of serious motivation behind some of this work. At the same time, we also think it's such a hilarious concept, the dog internet, to pose in these different scenarios to interaction designers and human computer interaction researchers. It's like, well, yeah, and we're not sure, do dogs have the internet already? What are they doing on it? What does it look like? We'll leave you with those questions. But thank you for joining us tonight. Also, special thanks to Enrique for inviting us to be part of the festival, for introducing us this evening. And the website for the festival is there. It runs to the 18th of May. The program is great. There's tons of different events in the program over the next couple of weeks that we really encourage everybody to go along to and take part in. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for your participation. It's been great fun. We've really enjoyed preparing for this, and we've really enjoyed the last couple of hours. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks everyone. And reading through the answers that everyone came up with has been absolutely hilarious. We've been trying to keep a straight face, but it's really good. Thank you. Thanks.
So just to say, thank you very much. Thanks to you for putting the hard work. This time has been hilarious. I have had so much fun, and I have, when you were mentioning Donna Haraway, I've been thinking reading it recently, and it's true. It really reminds me. It really gives a way of thinking about this multi-species relationship that is just so difficult to achieve in any other way. So thank you so much. If we can all unmute our microphones and give a round of applause to the. All right. All right. So thanks a lot. And see you in tomorrow's event.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Cheers.
Thank you so much. It was amazing.